The Need to Feel Useful, a reflection on the restlessness of humankind.
I have often found myself pondering the deep-seated urge human beings harbor to feel useful. It is a curious thing, this perennial need, not merely to exist, but to matter, to contribute, to be seen as valuable by others and by oneself. One need not be a philosopher to notice that utility, in its broadest sense, lies at the very heart of our ambitions, our struggles, and even our despair. From time immemorial, it is this unquietness, this refusal to simply be, that has propelled humankind from the security of caves to the uncertainty of the stars. Had people not been plagued by a certain restlessness of spirit, I dare say we would still be wandering about the savannah in blissful ignorance. But instead, driven by the desire to leave a mark, to solve a problem, or perhaps merely to fill the long silence of thought, we built cities, founded civilizations, and laid claim to the natural world. In short, we carved out a niche for ourselves, not because we had to, but because we could not bear not to. Yet this same impulse that lifted us above the animals has also burdened us with a kind of psychological tyranny. The need to feel useful can become an albatross around one's neck. It whispers to the idle that they are wasting their lives. It urges the weary to keep pressing on, lest they fall into the dreaded abyss of irrelevance. For some, the idea of retirement is not a reward, but a death sentence, a slow erosion of identity marked by the absence of purpose. Personally, I have often struggled with this notion. There are days when, having accomplished nothing of measurable value, I find myself engulfed in a vague sense of guilt, as though I have broken some unspoken moral code. I know, rationally, that rest is as vital as work, that a life well lived is not always synonymous with productivity. And yet I cannot quite shake off the feeling that to be idle is to be redundant. It is a sentiment shared by many, I suspect. On the brighter side, the urge to be useful is not without merit. It is, after all, what motivates us to lend a hand, to engage in acts of kindness, to invent, to teach, and to learn. It fuels both charity and curiosity. A life devoid of usefulness may well descend into nihilism, and society itself would falter without the collective efforts of individuals seeking to make themselves count. In this respect, usefulness serves as a compass, pointing us towards goals greater than mere survival. But therein lies the danger. Usefulness, when idolized, can become a form of servitude. We tie our worth to our output and forget that our intrinsic value is not conditional. Worse still, the definition of useful is so often dictated by economic or social norms that we lose sight of the quiet, unquantifiable contributions, the listening ear, the gentle word, the steadfast presence. In weighing the pros and cons, I have come to believe that the key lies in balance. We must not allow ourselves to be shackled by a relentless pursuit of relevance, nor should we retreat into apathetic detachment. At the end of the day, usefulness is not merely about doing, it is about being, with intent, with compassion, and with awareness. If we can embrace that, perhaps we can quiet the restlessness just enough to sit still for a moment and marvel at the fact that we are, after all, enough.
Thank you for listening to English Audio Lounge. We hope you have enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more audio stories and video classes to improve your English.